Hello, so hello, and welcome to the Business Plugs Mixer. So, this is the last weekend, the last Sunday of the year. Like, can you believe we are getting ready to cross over to 2020? So, this is the last Sunday of the year. This is my last Business Plugs Mixer. You hear all kind of bells going off. This is my last Business Plugs Mixer for the year. But this is the great time. The great thing about this time is that now we can start planning for what we're going to do in 2022. And if you've been with me any number of times, any number of years, then you know every January the 1st, I try to do a meetup. I try to do a meetup because I want business owners to start thinking about what is it that we plan to do in the new year. Like the only way the next year changes is if the business owner changes. So if you want a repeat of 2021, which if you know me, you know this has been a rough year for me, especially this last couple of quarters. But if you want a change in 2022, it's going to be important for you that you change as the business owner. Or if you're in career, if you're wanting to see something different in your business career, then you still have to change. The only thing that changes is the things that you change as the person that has the control and the ownership. So tonight I'm coming on, and I have this in my lap, so you'll see it toss and turn because I'm still not able to get to my studio due to my illness and my studio being upstairs. I still have to remain downstairs. So I'm trying to maneuver, maneuver downstairs. But in any case, back to the topic on January the 1st, which is next weekend, next Saturday, January the 1st at 12 noon Eastern Time, I meet up with business owners to talk about how to get ready for 2022. Again, the only thing that changes is the things that you change. It starts with the owners, it starts with the employee, it starts with the person. If you want to see a different 2022, then you have to do a different thing. I think it was Albert Einstein that says insanity is by definition doing the same thing and expecting different results. And so, by definition, if we want something different in 2022, then we're going to have to try to put on some new keys, right? Because new keys don't open old doors. So, we have to change our habits. And so, that's what I want to talk about tonight. I want to talk about annual planning. Every year, you hear people all the time saying, well, what's your resolutions? You know, what are you doing in 2022? And some people have a long list of resolutions. And they say, in 2022, I'm going to lose weight, get fit, more money, more walking, more praying, more this and more that. And so people think about New Year's Eve and they think New Year's Eve is going to be a different me in 2022. New year, new me. And so when you think about those types of things, when you think about, I want to do something different in 2022, then you have to think about what do I need to do in order to make that happen? Like what steps, what processes do I need to put in place to support those things that I want to do? And I'm not talking about resolutions because the studies show that people usually that people usually jump away from the resolutions in the first quarter. Like, you know, they make all these resolutions, and if not in the first month, most people by the first quarter they're done with the resolutions. I'm talking about goal setting. I'm talking about 90-day goal setting where you actually write out 90 days of goal setting. And so we're going to talk about what that looks like. I'm going to give you processes to help you to every 90 days. You're going to look at where you are. You're going to tweak what you need to tweak, and you're going to move on to the next thing. So every 90 days, we're doing annual planning. Okay. And what that looks like is you talking about the things that are most valuable to you and moving forward with those things, right? So January 1st, 12 noon. And in the description of this video, you'll see the link where you can get your ticket because I'm doing it as a Facebook Live. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can join me at 12 noon on next Saturday, which is to 12 noon somewhere, right? And so every year I've been doing this since 2016. I've been meeting with business owners, with people who want to get an advance in their careers, with people who want to just move forward and have something different done, but and begin with the new year. So 12 o'clock Eastern time. And so why is annual planning important? Well, annual planning kind of puts you in control. And so rather than being dragged through the year, being reactive, it actually helps you to be proactive. And so what that looks like is we section out 90-day increments all year. And we look at where you want to be. And most of us who have these goals, like losing weight, it may take you a year to lose 100 pounds, right? It should not take you a year to lose 20 pounds. It shouldn't, really shouldn't. It shouldn't take you a year to get new skills. It shouldn't take you a whole year. Now, if you're going to school, if that's your goal is to get back in school, okay, that may take some time to get to that graduation period. But most of us start the year off with these goals that could really be broken up into smaller bites, 90-day increments, and actually achieved. And so that's what we're going to talk about. If you are wanting to have a different 2022, then I implore you to meet me next Saturday at 12 noon Eastern. And how do you meet me is in this description of this video, there is a link to a Facebook registry. By just join, it costs absolutely nothing. It costs nothing to join me, but join me next Saturday at 12 noon Eastern. And we're going to walk through everyone who's there. We're going to do some annual planning. So you'll hear about SWOT analysis. And SWOT stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And so the first part of that looks at you internally. And we talk through some things. And then the second part looks externally. Where are you trying to go? What are you trying to be? What are you trying to do? Because most of us have let COVID kind of pretty much guide what we do in the world. And I get it. Somebody who, COVID took totally out and, was not prepared for where COVID took me. But I'm back now. And so now I want to be more in control of how I go forward. And so next Saturday at 12, and everyone who joins me, it is not an expense. This is a free thing that I do every year to help business owners. And I normally do it locally, but due to COVID, I'm online this time. I'm going to do it all virtually. So you can sit in your house with your cup of coffee and we can go through the things that it would take to get your annual plan done for 2022. Now, let me tell you about that. Everyone who shows up, we're going to get you a plan ready. So if you click the link and join me on January 1st, we're going to be ready. We're going to be ready to do your annual planning, to get things in line so that your 2022 looks even better than your 2021. And so, again, you don't have to be a business owner. You can be just a career person, just a career person. You can be a career person. You can be someone who wants personal development. Like, it doesn't matter what aspect you're working on. One of the times that we met, I had a young lady that wanted to write a book. And so we talked about getting started. How does that process start? I actually published my first book, The Well Ran Dry Memoirs of a Motherless Child, in 2013. Now, that was long before there were book coaches, and that was long before, writing a book became a thing. But I had a story that I wanted to get out in the world. And my book was accepted by the Library of Congress in 2013. Like the last month in December of 2013, Library of Congress accepted my book into their general collection. So not having a coach, that was paramount. I mean, that was just like premiere for me. That was a big deal. But yeah, so it's been out there in the world. It's in all public libraries, called The Well Ran Dry Memoirs of a Motherless Child. Talks about me being raised without my mother. And actually this season right here, my mother passed on Christmas Day, 1968. And 20 years later, I had my youngest child. So my child just turned 33 yesterday. And my mother, the anniversary of her death was 53 yesterday. So yeah, so it's how you write books or how you improving your career. Let's say you feel like you're underemployed, and most people are underemployed because we don't know how to articulate our skill sets in a way that an employer can appreciate who we are, what we bring to the table. And so we're going to talk about that. So if you're a person that's looking to have a better career, I have friends that work like 12 jobs, and in order to have a decent salary per hour, in order to live. But what if you could have that one job that helps you to have the kind of lifestyle that you want to have? We're going to be talking about that. So if you are watching this, either in the replay, put hashtag replay. If you're watching it in the replay, it's all about annual planning and how do we get to where we want to be in 2022? How do we move from the ideas in our head to putting those things in our lives so that we can enjoy life, we can live and have the life that we have in our head in our reality? That's what it's about. So whether you are a business owner who's looking to do some annual planning for your business, or you are an employee who's looking to do a better job at getting a better job or increasing your assets, your skill sets, or if you are just a person that's looking for personal development, because we come to a point where there's a transition in us to do more. There's something saying, hey, we need to do more. We need to be more present. If that's where you are, we're going to talk about that. So if you are ready to do 2020 annual planning, meet me next week at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time, and we're going to go through it. Again, the link to join me is in the description of this video, and I hope you'll join me. I just came on just for that reason, just to tell you, come join me for annual planning next Saturday. I'll see you all again at the Business Plugs Mixer. I've got people lined up the month of January who are going to come and tell you about their geniuses. They're going to come in and talk about all the different things people are doing all over the world. You're going to be intrigued. The Business Plugs Mixer, beginning in 2022, is going to have guests on it that are going to be interesting to say the least. People are doing all kind of fabulousness in the world, and I want to bring them to you. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug, and even though I'm recovering right now, I am still bringing you information and things you can use in your business, in your life, in your community. I'll see you guys next Saturday. Excuse me. Yes, next Saturday at noon. If not at the annual planning meeting, I'll see you Sunday at 7. You all have a great afternoon, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye-bye.